Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on Wednesday. It is the 13th of April 2022. We're going to look at almost all the races here on day 2 of the Craven meeting. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingCat5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me tomorrow for some more Craven meeting previews, and also Friday for my Newcastle All-Weather Championship preview. It's going to be an excellent card there, so join for that. We're going to look at almost all the races, but there are a few races we won't be looking at. Mainly the 115, the third race, the 225, and the sixth race, the 410. Those are very tough novice and maiden races, which you could go random ways. So we're not going to look at those races. So we'll start off with the second race, the 150, which is a bet 365 handicap. It's Class 2 handicap, going for a purse of $40,500, race for 3-year-olds only, horses rated 81 to 100. We have a baker's dozen, 13 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the Rolling Mile turf course. As a top selection here, I'm going to take the 8-horse Object. We'll go 8-4-2 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 8-4-2 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 8-horse Object. The real colt by claim. Sylvester de Sousa is on this one for Martin Mead. The horse's most recent outing came the 10th of November at Kempton. 6 furlongs on the poly track in a Class 4 nursery handicap, and the horse won by half length and didn't break that well. Sat back early. He slowly moved his way up, and he got the job done from a stalling position. An all-around good race after all said and done. Hopefully with a better trip here today. I like him on the stand side post on the fast ground. I think he could go up a lot. 2 back, he ran at York on the 24th of September. Good ground, 6 furlongs in a Class 4 novice race. He finished third by 2.5 lengths there. And that afternoon, he just kind of stalked, never had the turn of foot. The two in front of him just ran that better race than him. And then a rip-in on the 30th of August. 6 furlongs on Illicit Stakes, facing very tough horses. The horse finished 10th by 17 lengths. It was very close to the pace that day, but completely crumbled on in the final furlong. Just got outclassed by the other horses there. And then here at Newmarket on the 23rd of July on the July course, 6 furlongs in a Class 4 novice race. The horse went by a length that day and basically sat back early, slowly moved his way up and got the job done. I like him a lot here today. We're going to take him at 5-1. You have to use the 4-horse Dig 2 also. His most recent race came at Yarmouth in August, 5th of August to be exact, 6 furlongs in a Class 4 novice race on firm ground, and the horse finished second by a half length and outran his odds that day. That was race 4, excuse me. He was 80 cents a dollar that day, and he was with him early on. He got caught late right before the wire, but he ran his heart out there. He ran the July Stakes before that, where he ran a very disappointing 11th place finish, and then ran a very good second place finish at Royal Ascot in the Windsor Castle, Mahan Luzali. Coming here today, you have to watch out for this horse, because he's been on the up and up at 7-1, definitely using your place pod. But to recap my select for the second, the 150 for Newmarket, it's the bet 365 handicap. Let's take the 8-horse Object. Give kudos to the 4-horse Dig 2, 8-4-2, Tri-Cash Trifecta, 8-4 in your place pod. Now the third race, the 225, we're going to skip over that and head over to the fourth race now, the 3 o'clock, which is the Group 3 Abernant Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $108,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to take here as a top selection the 7-horse Embro River. We'll go 7-2-3 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 7-2-3 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 7-horse Embro River. 3-year-old colt by Galileo Gold. Jamie Spencer is having a great season so far. Gets them out for Hugo Palmer. The horse's most recent outing came at Longchamp on the 3rd of October. Heavy ground, 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Prix-Jeune Luc Lagardière. And the horse finished 8th by 6 in recording lengths that day. And, he was with the pace setters early on, but he completely crumbled under the pressure. Going to 7 just wasn't to his liking. Cutting back to 6 today on very firm ground. Nothing that he's been seeing in his most recent races. I think he can really improve out that disappointing run in Paris last time out. 2 back in the Group 1, Vincent O'Brien National Stakes at Curra. 7 furlongs, 12th September. He finished third by 4 lengths, and he was with them early on. He kind of hit the wall in the final furlong. Like I said, he's just not a 7-furlong horse. He's a 6-furlong horse. And then prior to that, in the Phoenix Stakes at the Curra, 6 furlongs, 8th of August, winning by three quarters of a length that day. He was on the drive on the front end all throughout, quickened up nicely, and all around good race there with a quick turnaround. Before that, they ran the horse in the Richmond Stakes at Goodwood, 6 furlongs, 29th of July. and he finished fourth by 3/4 of the length that day. And again, he was with them early on. He just couldn't get the turn of foot. Three in front of him ran these slightly better races, but there was nothing bad about that race. It was definitely an improvement off the July Stakes for him, and definitely an improvement off the Coventry Stakes for him. Coming here today, back to 6, a more realistic spot for him to win here. You can't throw out the 2 horse here, Garris. He needed the race most recently at Doncaster in the listed stakes in that Cambridge Trophy, where he just really couldn't get a good turn of foot from the back of the pack. If you look at some of his races last year, like if you could run the race like he ran at Deauville in August, where he was very, very expertly ridden towards the front end, if he run that race today, he could definitely win. He also goes up a lot on firm ground. I don't think he likes the softest stuff, but to recount my selection for the 3 o'clock, the fourth race from Newmarket, it's the Group 3 Abernant Stakes. Let's take the 7-horse Embro River. Give kudos to the 2-horse Garris. 7-2-3, TriCash Trifecta, 7-2 in your place pot. Now the featured 5th race, the 3:35 from Newmarket, a key Guineas trial. It is the Group 3 Craven Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $108,000. Race for 3-year-olds here. 7 horses are going 1,600 meters or a mile on the Rolly Mile turf course. I'm going to take as a top selection here the number 5 horse Native Trail. We'll go 5-6-3 in the TriCash Trifecta. 5-6-3 TriCash Trifecta. Top selection of 5 horse Native Trail. 3-year-old called by Wasteless Dream. William Buick gets on this one for Godolphin and Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent outing came at Newmarket on the 9th of October. 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Dewhurst, and the horse won by 2 lengths, and at 83 cents to the dollar, he basically won for fun from a tracking position. He got the lead of 2 furlongs, or nearly 2 furlongs from home, and he kept going. An all-around easy, impressive victory. One of the most impressive 2-year-old races of the fall. Come back here to start a season. A little bit of a longer trip on firm ground. It's not the world's toughest race. He should really improve from the 2 to 3-year-old campaign. He's a very likely winner. 2 back in the Group 1 Vincent O'Brien National Stakes with the Curra, 7 furlongs, 12th of September. He won by 3.5 lengths that day, and again, basically, he stalked. That turn of foot when Buick pushes the button on him, he keeps going. It's just an easy run from there. And then the superlative stakes in Newmarket on the 10th of July, 7 furlongs on firm ground there. On the very tough July course, he won by news, and he had to be. He was with him early on. He was on the drive. He looked like he was going to hit the wall late, but he held on to the victory. That was a good stamina performance. As you know, that July course, that final furlong is almost uphill, and it can be either makes a horse or breaks a horse. This made this horse get some good stamina into him. But coming here today, I know he's 1-2, but he's a very likely winner, so we'll take him. To recount my selection for the 3:35, the 5th race from Newmarket, it's the Group 3 Craven Stakes. Let's take the 5-horse Native Trail. We're going to go 5-6-3 in the TriCash Trifecta. That's going to be the only real way to make money with this race. So we're going to skip over the 6th race to 4:10, a very tough novice race here, which I think you go a few ways in. But keep an eye on this race because I think you'll see some decent horses come out of it. So we'll go to the 7th race, the 4:45. The nightcap on the program here, day 2, the Craven meeting, the 740 or the 445. It's the best odds guaranteed at Bet365 handicap. It's Class 4 handicap going for a purse of $21,500. Races for 3-year-olds only. Horses rated 66 to 85. 16 horses are going 1,600 meters or a mile on the Rolly Mile. I'm going to take the number 7 horse here, Nazim, as a top selection. We'll go 7-12-5 in the TriCash Trifecta. 7-12-5 TriCash Trifecta. Top selection 7 horse Nazim. This 3-year-old called by Galileo Gold. David Probert's on this one for Andrew Balding. The horse's most recent outing came the 10th of March at Seville, 1 mile Class 4 handicap, and the horse won by 1/4 lengths that day, and he didn't break that well, was very, very lackadaisical for the first 2 furlongs or so, but he settled well after that, where he slowly moved his way to the front end, and when he got the turn of foot, he kept going. Not the impressive victory, but he got the job done. Second off the bench, he should be a lot fresher with a better post draw. I think he's in a more realistic spot to win. 2 back, they ran him at Pontefract in a very wrong race. Soft ground, 1 mile in a listed 6. It was the Silver Tankard, and he finished 9th by 43 lengths there, and he absolutely, lost all chance at the beginning. He didn't break that well. He was on the drive and just not excelling there. He was basically done 2 furlongs out of the gate. just not his day to win. And then prior to that, at Linkfield on the 21st of August, 1 mile on the poly track in a Class 5 novice race, won about 1 3/4 lengths that day. He was on the drive excelling that day towards the front end, an all-around good race. And then a novice race at Windsor before that in a yielding ground, 1 mile. He finished second by 2 lengths, and he sat back early, a little bit of a turn of foot, but it wasn't anything spectacular. He likes faster ground, good to firm ground, which he's going to see today, the good grounds, not that soft stuff or heavy stuff like he saw Pontefract in October. Coming here at 10-1, I'm going to give him a shot. Give a shot to the 12 horse here. Pardon me if I mispronounced the horse's name wrong. Itarak. Ryan Moore's on this one for Sir Michael Stout. His most recent races came at Leicester on the 12th of October. 7 furlongs in a Class 4 novice race, where the horse that day won by a neck. And, he wanted to go early on, but Jim Crowley didn't really let the horse go. He sat back early. He stalked early on, but when he got the turn of foot, he got the job done. I think we let the horse run a little bit early on. Maybe it would have won by open lengths, but it was still a good main victory for him there in his third race. Before that, Chelmsford over the 6 in a Class 5 novice. He finished second by 6.5 lengths there, and he didn't break that well, which probably cost him. It took him a lot of time to get going. He was very lackadaisical. He's a miler. He's going to get the mile here today, getting Ryan Moore up at 6-1. We're going to use this horse in the place pod. But to recap my selection for the nightcap, the 4:45, the 7th race from Newmarket, let's take the 7 horse Nazim as a top selection. Give kudos to the 12 horse, 7-12-5, TriCast, trifecta, 7-12 in your plays pod. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingCat5. Good luck, everybody.